things to help us along in our health journey, whether it's spiritual or physical. So that's what we're doing here in this group. I'm always excited to be here to teach, to help you guys understand why things are happening or not happening the way that they should. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments if I'm live. I'm going to make sure my internet is working. Looks like oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Hey, welcome to the Healthy Moms of Faith group. This is our Wow Wednesday training of the week. I was talking, but I don't know if my internet was working. So anyways, I'll restart my hello. Welcome. I'm Alicia. Welcome to the group. Welcome to our Wow Wednesday day. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me, if you're watching, if you're able to watch live, put hashtag live, or if you're watching the replay, of course, put hashtag replay so that I know that you're watching. Let me make sure that we're actually live in the group because I think my internet was lagging there for a minute, so I will double check that real quick. Okay, yep, we're good. So make sure you let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Also, that lets me know that the comments are working. So if you have a question or you want to follow along, put the live or hashtag replay if you're watching later, just so I know that the comments are working. Because if you guys have any questions, of course, I want to be able to answer those as we get going. So today I'm really excited. So we've been talking about the last couple of weeks how to have this like fight mentality spiritually, right, when it comes to our health and fitness journey. And so we really have to be in a good place mentally. And so that's what I spent the last few weeks talking about in a more spiritual perspective. Today, I'm going to take a little bit more of the physical perspective side and actually give you three nutrition hacks that you can use and start using today to actually move forward in your health journey. And there are a lot of things that play into our health journey, right? But nutrition is one of the biggest ones, and it's one of the ones that we don't focus on as well, right? Or we have a hard time staying consistent with. So I'm really excited to share these things with you guys. So if you're watching, I see someone's watching, say hi, let me know who's watching. But if you're excited to get going today, put hack in the comments and let me know. Let me know if you're excited. Maybe throw me some emojis or some thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to get going. So again, I am Alicia Compton. I'm the founder of this group. I'm excited for you to be here today and just wanted to say hi. But if you struggle to take time for self-care and you want to know how to take some baby steps, right? I talk about that, baby steps in your nutrition to help you get on this health journey and to stay more consistent. I'm going to give you those 3 hacks today, things that you can actually do consistently forever. I promise, forever. These are consistently things that will help you in your health journey. So let me know if you're excited about that. But welcome to you ladies, you moms of faith or women of faith. These trainings that I do every week are for you guys. They're for you moms of faith. This group is designed to help you as we desire to get healthier in spirit, soul, and body so that we can live a life. We are designed to live a life that's thriving and not just surviving, right? That's why we're here in this group. So I want to provide you ladies with some value in this group. I want you to understand why things are not working the way that they are, or maybe give you some ideas of how to help them work in your health journey. And again, that's physically or spiritually, right? Because again, as Christians, we have some extra help with the help of the Holy Spirit. And so I want you to understand how to use that to your full potential. So if you're not doing any coaching with me right now, I'm a health coach, but if you're not doing anything with me right now, again, this is a free group. This is where I want you guys to learn. I want you to grow. We want to encourage you in this group. And so make sure you let us know what goals you're working on, either in the comments here or post something in the group and let us know, hey, I need some accountability. I need some help in this area, and we'd love to reach out to you. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get into our training for today. It looks like... Let me know if you can still hear me, see me. The time is still going, so I want to make sure everything is working. It looks like my internet is working. So, okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get going today on my training. And, if you are someone that you're looking to know more about what you can work on consistently, what is going to work consistently on a regular basis to move forward in your health journey, then these trainings or this training today is for you, because these nutrition hacks are things across the board that I have seen for the last 20 some years that will actually move you forward in your health journey. And these are the things that I teach my clients to do as well. So you guys get to hear about that today. So I hope you're excited. Um, but to start this training, I wanted to ask you, and if you're watching, let me know in the comments, what kinds of diets or fad diets have you tried in the past? What are some things that you've tried to do to lose weight in the past? Because I want to preface these three things with a mindset, of course, when it comes to our nutrition. I don't really have much of a spiritual side to today, other than the fact that, our goal is to still get healthier, and allow the Holy Spirit to work on these things with us. And so when we know what to do, when we know how our body is supposed to work physically, then we can work on the mindsets and the consistency. So we have to have kind of this full circle idea, right? It has to all be there. And so, when it comes to your nutrition, when it comes to the physical part of what we need to do to get healthy, again, we have to consider the nutrition part. We have to consider what we put in our body, right? Food was designed for fuel, right? It's always been that way. God designed food for fuel. And so while I'm going to be saying these things that across the board they work, because they do, and pretty much any trainer, any coach you talk to, they're going to tell you the same thing. And that's, again, what you want to look for when it comes to figuring out what to do nutrition wise. You want to find the consistencies. And so I want to preface that today. But, when it comes to fad diets, this is where it gets tricky. And this is what I find people struggle with, in the fact that they have a hard time finding the consistencies, because one diet tells you to do something, another diet tells you to do something else. And so I really wanted to clarify across the board that there are things that you can do consistently, that you should do consistently, and why you should do them consistently. So, but I just wanted to share with you, I've tried different kinds of diets too, to lose weight or to lose body fat, all these different kinds of things. And so, one of the things that I've done is I've tried keto, I've tried low fat, I've tried low carb. I've tried all of those things. And so, and I won't say that I didn't get results from them, because I did, but they're just not realistic. If you've ever tried any of those diets, what you're doing is you are limiting yourself on certain types of food, right? Because this diet says you need, for instance, keto, you need to eat more fat in order to burn more fat. Well, yeah, that will work for a period of time, but that's not really a realistic, approach to food, because there are carbs out there, and your body does need some carbs. Everybody's a little different. Your body needs, all these different things, and it actually works better if you figure out the balance of how your body works. So again, I'm excited to share these things with you, because these are three things that you can do consistently, and it will help you across the board, no matter what, diet you want to try. Okay. And again, I would stay away from the fad diets. That's just my personal opinion, because your body gets used to what you do. So if you start to see results with some sort of fad diet and then you stop doing it, you're obviously not going to see results anymore. But these three things are what I teach my clients to do. And again, they're going to move you forward, maybe incrementally. And sometimes there's things that you have to shift, depending on your body and the person and your lifestyle, but they are always going to work. So that's why I wanted to share them with you. So, I want to share just a little story with you guys. Can you guys still see me? Is everything still working? Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Um, but I wanted to share, so I didn't really start drinking coffee probably until I started working and doing hair, and there was a Scooters across the street where I did hair. And that's really where I discovered coffee, but it was more so the sugary coffee drinks. And so before that, I didn't really think I liked coffee unless I had to have tons of creamer and sugar in it. And so, at that point in my career, so I did hair for, well, I still do hair on the side in my home, but I did hair as a career before I did this, and I worked in the salon, and that was when my okay, thanks Nicole, thank you. Um, but that's when, I had moved out on my own. And before that, I had really started to, I had been into exercise for a little while. I had started to really look at food. That's when I kind of was doing the low fat diet when that was a big thing in the 90s, which doesn't work, by the way. Or they weren't really telling you it was a marketing thing. Um, so I had done some of that research and stuff on my own back then. That was probably 20 years ago. And so that's really my first experience with understanding, nutrition and that kind of stuff. But really, what I started to see in this first nutrition hack that I want to share with you is something that everybody knows. Everybody knows you should do this. And maybe you can guess, let me know in the comments. But, I really started seeing with the nutrition side of things, because I had been doing exercise for probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, but I hadn't really honed in on my nutrition. I really started seeing, okay, what were the things that I needed to do in order to lose weight, get healthier, all of this. And, one of the things that I saw across the board that I started doing was drinking more water, right? That's the first nutrition hack. It seems really basic, right? And we all know that we need to do it. But I wanted to share with you why this is so, so important and why this needs to be um, harped on, if you will, or why it needs to be such a center of focus when it comes to your nutrition. If you don't know, your body is made up of about 60 to 80% water, depending on what it says on the internet. But across the board, it's at least somewhere between 60 to 80% water. So, and it's also used in pretty much every major function of your body, like every major function. And so, you have to understand these things in order to know how your body should work. And so I think that's really important for us to know, like, drinking more water is going to actually help you in your health journey. And so that's one thing that we need to do more consistently. And so I remember, though, when I was trying to wean myself off soda and caffeine, it was really hard, right? It was really hard for me because sometimes drinking water doesn't taste as good. And I will tell you, the more you drink water, the more your body will desire water, right? And so it's just a practice that you need to do. I teach my clients to set timers. There's apps out there that you can do to remind yourself to drink more water. Um, but just think about that. Your body is made up of about 60 to 80% water, and it's needed for every major function of your body in order to help with your digestive system. I actually just pulled up just to share um, some facts. Oh, it's gone. Oh, here we go. So it helps form saliva. It helps your brain to manufacture hormones. It regulates your body temperature. It acts as a shock absorber for your brain and your spinal cord. It converts food to components, so it's needed for survival, for digestion. It helps deliver oxygen all over your body, and it lubricates your joints. It flushes body waste. It allows your body cells to grow, reproduce, and survive. So these are all major things that your body needs water for. And so I know it seems really simple, really basic, but I promise you, if you take at least this one thing and work on it, you will start to see results. And you may have had results from doing this in the past where really all you did was drink more water. Maybe you watched what your calorie intake was and you saw some progress, right? And so that is one thing that you can always count on will help you. And so throughout my day, I carry around my water bottle because I know I need my water. And I can tell if my brain is foggy, if I'm tired. I'll look at my little journal of how much water I've drank, and I'm like, oh, that's why I haven't drank enough water. So if that's you, if you're someone that you're like, yes, I need to learn how to do this, I need to drink more water, put water in the comments and let me know. Is that you? And then moving on, these other two hacks I want to share with you again, um, kind of along the lines of my story. I have been in the health and fitness industry for Well, my journey started about 20 years ago. That's crazy to think about. But I wasn't raised knowing how to exercise. I did some, like group fitness classes in school and stuff like that. So, but I started lifting weights, and that was my main form of exercise about 20 years ago. And so, I learned early on in my health and fitness journey that, building muscle mass was something that was really important, that it was really necessary. And so I wanted to share with you just some facts about building muscle. And this will connect in just a second, so hang tight with me. But think about this. A healthy muscle mass for women, I looked this up too. For women, a healthy muscle mass is about 60 to 75% of your body composition. So that's compared to, basically, a lot of the time they compare muscle mass to fat mass. But there's also bones and all that jazz too, water, everything. So about 60 to 75% of your body should be muscle, right? So that's almost your entire body. So 3/4 of your body should be muscle mass. And here's why. So your muscle is used to, obviously we move and stuff, but your muscle actually activates your metabolism. So your metabolism is what the system that digests food and takes the food to different parts of your body and allows your body to burn calories. You need calories, you need fuel just to do everyday things, just to walk, just to go to work, nothing extra. Your body needs calories in order to function, for your brain, your digestive system. And so your metabolism is that system that delivers those nutrients to different parts of your body. So muscle, the more muscle you have, the more your metabolism is going to speed up. It's going to keep your metabolism going, because muscle, what I like to say is muscle burns calories even while you're sleeping, because your muscle requires more energy. Okay, and not only that, but muscle helps to protect your bones. It helps to protect your joints. It helps you so you won't fall as you age, right? And muscle is one of those things that deteriorates as we age. And so I say 60 to 75% of your body composition, but it really depends on your age. More so like if you're in your between your 30s, 20s to 40s, somewhere around there, it should be on the higher end. Like a healthy muscle mass should be somewhere in the 75% range, right? So as low as maybe 63% is what I looked up. Again, these are just generalized, but it just really depends on your body. But those are, generally speaking, how much muscle mass you should have. If you think about it too, a lot of your internal organs are made up of different types of muscles. So you need muscle in order for your digestive system to work, in order for your heart to pump. There's different types of muscles. There's 3 different types, but I won't get into that. But so the basics is that you need muscle mass in order for your body to stay healthy, to move, so that you can keep your metabolism going, all of this. So a lot of us don't focus on that or know that. And what we tend to do then is we don't eat enough protein. Okay? Now, fats and carbs are what your body mainly needs to burn for energy. Your body does not really need protein for energy. You want the protein to stick with your muscles. You want to, so protein or your muscles are made up of amino acids, if you don't know that. And I'm not against vegans or anything. You just have to focus on eating protein a little differently than maybe someone who eats meat. But the same concept is there. You need to eat enough protein in order to maintain muscle mass. And that's really important. So that's the second hack that you need to focus on, is eating a well-balanced diet of protein, however you do it. If you like to eat vegan or pescatarian or vegetarian, that's fine too. You still just you have to get your protein from a different way than people who eat meat. So it's still possible to do, and there's a lot of people that do that too. But you have to make sure you're getting enough protein, and you still need the same amounts of protein, just like everybody else. Okay, so that's the second hack. And if that's something that's new to you, or you're like, I don't know how to do that, put protein in the comments and let me know. Is that you? Do you need to learn how to eat more protein? You want to learn how to eat more protein? Let me know about that, because again, we want to maintain muscle mass, and we don't want your metabolism to use protein. It uses it some, that's just a general thing. But when you balance out your nutrition and you eat enough protein, your body will actually use the protein more so to maintain muscle mass. Okay, and that's what we want long term. So you can be 75 years old, and of course, exercise helps, weightlifting helps, but we're not talking about that today. But you still have to eat enough protein if you're going to lift weights to maintain that muscle mass or to build muscle mass. Okay, so that's why protein is my second hack to nutrition. This nutrition hack, because it has to be one of the main focuses when it comes to maintaining muscle mass, building muscle mass, and that way your body starts to burn the extra stored fat, and it burns the carbs that you eat. Okay, so put protein in the comments if that is you, if you need to learn how to do that. And then the third thing that I wanted to share, my third hack, again, these are what I teach my clients to do. I teach them how to apply these things to their lives and how to make them happen consistently, and we always go back to these things. If there's anything that's lacking, because obviously there's different pieces to our health and fitness journey, right? But these three things, for your nutrition's sake, are what I always have them go back to. If you have a rough day, at least do these three things, and I promise you, you're going to move forward in your health journey. Okay, and these are things that they've seen to come true in their own life. Okay, so this third thing, I want to talk about your digestive system for just a minute. If you think about it, so we talked about water is one of the main things in your body. Muscle mass is pretty huge in your body. Your digestive system is the other piece of this that has to be healthy. Why? Because everything that you eat goes through your digestive system, and your digestive system is the delivery system to your metabolism, to your bloodstream. Everything you eat, just like they say, everything you eat comes out in your skin, it comes out of your body somewhere. And so your digestive system has to be healthy. And maybe you've heard people talk about gut health. That's a real thing. That is across the board a real thing that has to be healthy in order for your body to lose weight, to build muscle, to do everything, right? And for your systems to work, for your brain to work, everything, because it's the delivery system to your bloodstream. And so when I talk about your digestive system, in order for everything to work properly, a lot of the time, the thing that is lacking the most is fiber. And I say that I won't get into details, but I will let you know that I have struggled with constipation, and it's kind of a chronic thing in my family for years. And I decided to work with a nutritionist about 5 to 6 years ago, and I've known this. I've talked to people about it, but it was just something that she really worked with me on, to hone in on, and so I'm not just talking about all different types of fiber. There are specific types of fiber that are more so needed, and I'm not saying you can't get them in carbs or other places, but one of the things that we often lack in our diet, and again, water, protein, and this last hack are three of the things that usually are lacking in our diet across the board, and the three main things that we should be focusing on. And so, in order to get your digestive system to move, right, we want to be emptying out the waste system, you need to eat enough fiber. And oftentimes, the best way to do that is to eat enough vegetables, right? It's to eat enough vegetables, and not just vegetables, but usually it's more so of the green vegetables that you want. You might have heard people say they eat their greens, or you can buy powders of greens. I'm a big believer in real food solutions, and so I'm not a huge fan of, I've never used them. I'm not saying they don't work, because you do get lots of vitamins and minerals from greens, from vegetables. And so, I'm not opposed to supplementing if you need minerals and all of that. But there's something to be said for actual fiber that you get from vegetables, raw vegetables, cooked vegetables. Um, I'm not going to go into the whole debate on minerals, whether it's cooked or not. Um, there is supplementation that sometimes we still need, and that's a real thing. But today we're not talking about that. um, but when it comes to greens or vegetables, you need to have the actual greens and vegetables to have the fiber to get things moving in your system. You need to be cleaning out your digestive system on a regular basis, like every day, if not every other day. That's something that everybody's a little bit different, but you do have to poop in order to get things to keep moving. And if you're backed up, your body is there's things in there that are going to cause bacteria problems. They're going to make you sick. And so, all of these things help with that, but especially water and greens or water and vegetables, they help so much to get your digestive system moving. And if you want to lose weight, you still have to eat, right? You still got to eat the right things. So you need your digestive system to be moving, okay? If you have any type of health goal, whether you want to build muscle mass, you want to lose body fat, you want to lose weight, you have to still eat. Your metabolism has to be burning calories in order for it to kick in and your body realize, oh, I need to start using these things properly. It's just we haven't fueled our body properly in the past, and so your body it just responds, right? And so those are the three things that I see, the three hacks that we need to focus on when it comes to any part of your health journey. Again, these would be, in my opinion, they're the three main things that you need to work on to be more consistent in. And if you do these things, like I said before, if you don't do anything else right in one day, you don't get an exercise day in, whatever it is, we're moms, right? Things happen, and I talk about that too. Life happens. If you don't do anything else, work on these three things, and you will start to see results. I promise. Again, this is a little bit of a different way. And the thing is your body needs all of these three things on a consistent basis. And the more you do them, the more your body will respond and the more you will see results. But if you get these things unbalanced, you're going to get stuck. You're going to be at a plateau. If you were fat and your carbs are too high, you might still be doing some of these things, but you're not going to see the results that you want to see. Okay? So, those are the three things. If you also know that you need to eat more greens and veggies, put that in the comments, or put water or put protein and let me know. Yeah, I need to learn how to do this. I don't know how to balance those things in my life, because that's why I'm here. I want to share these things with you and help you understand these are the things that need to shift nutrition wise, because they're so important. So, next week I'm going to bring on a guest, a lady who's been working with me, and she's been working on these things. And she's had a really great success story. I'm really excited to share that with her or with you. And she's been working on applying these three things consistently, and she's seen some really great results. And she's consistently working on building these better habits. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys next week. That's what's next week. So unless you guys have any other questions, do you guys have any questions about any of these things? I think that's pretty much it for today. It was more informational today, but I was trying to think just about, what's a biblical application to this? And the only thing, which I know in the scripture that it's talking about specifically some things where, the Gentiles and the Jews were allowed to be, we could all have access to Jesus, right? And so the Gentiles lived a different life than the Jews did, right? And so, some of them ate meat and some of them did things differently. And so there was this controversy about, well, can we eat meat now? And can we do this now? And I just remember the verse, I can't remember specifically where it's at, but it talked about, how sometimes we get wrapped up in the fact that there has to be a specific way to do things, um, and I'm not necessarily talking about these things. These are just things that apply across the board. But sometimes what happens is we get things unbalanced, and it's not, again, I want us to have this focus of it's not that you can't have a cookie here or there, you can't have ice cream every once in a while. But if you don't balance these three things, then you're not going to see progress. And so it's not about um, it's not that you can't have something, and that was the scripture I was thinking of where it says, it's not that all things are bad, right? It's just not all things are good for you, right? If anybody remembers that scripture, put it in the comments, or I'll look it up and put it in the comments later. But it's just talking about the fact that there are better things for us to worry about, um, and there are better things for us to focus on than eating ice cream all day long or eating cookies all day long. I mean, we know those things aren't good for us. But if you focus on the better things, the way that your body is designed to work, right? Again, I promise you, anybody you talk to, these two things we're all going to agree that they are needed and that they will consistently help you lose weight. And I think that's one of the hard things too about this is there's so many different diets out there, and it's hard to find the consistencies, right? And I really want to help you guys understand that there are consistencies you can focus on when it comes to nutrition, and these are three of the main things. Okay? All right, well, you guys have a great day. I thank you so much for being here. Nicole, Marina, thanks for watching. If you need help knowing more how to apply these things to your life, put one of those words in the comments: water, protein, veggies, or hack, and let me know, because I'd love to reach out to you and we can talk and we can figure out how we can make this more of a lifestyle for you. All right, so you guys have a great day. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.